Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at Scott's Pass, and today is Sunday, July 23rd. We're talking about 125 years ago when God Almighty came on this earth. His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassi I. Ladies and gentlemen, we intend to cover today and make today a day that everyone on earth can see the manifestation of God. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with our brethren and sisters at Scott's Bar, joining with Irie FM, Kabul, Mahat Keru, making this presentation because we know the Eden camera will not capture it to the magnificent glory that it ought to be captured. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be meeting with the founding elders, the ancient warriors that has kept Rastafari going strong and strong and strong. And today in itself will be a glorious day. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. There's a whole lot more at Scott's Bar, celebrating 125 years of His Imperial Majesty existence on earth. Thank you. Yes, welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at the Nyabingi village in Scott's Pass. Today is July 23rd, ladies and gentlemen. The 125th earthstrong of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassi I. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm getting my sacraments together. You getting it fast, though? We're getting the sacrament together, and I'm here with Zion King at his place. Zion King, welcome, man, to In the Streets. Enough love. Empress, what's your name? Empress Yasso? Yataway. And
Oracle Zal.
Oracle Zal. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to be real quick here, but we just want to hear each person's perception of His Imperial Majesty. What this day means to you, Zion King.
Yeah. This day means a lot to highlight. The 125th anniversary
Yeah.
of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassi I. With his queen also, because whatever Earth Day chair for the king and the queen is equal, because they become one, in union. From that time to this time, world without end. Now, Haile Selassie, trying right now, manifesting himself into the world as a field marshal and government of this world. And the whole world is looking forward for Haile Selassie now. Okay? Because his name is in the foundation of the 21st century, which is now at its peak. In this 21st century, David will still slew Goliath. Thank you very much.
Here we come again, ladies and gentlemen. In this 21st century, David will slew Goliath. Empress, what does this day mean to you?
This day means a lot to me because the King, His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, is indeed the Almighty. Blessed be.
Well, everyone has said everything. That's about it. Basically, but my time is my time, and the truth is, you see this day, it just came right back to Ethiopia tradition, you know?
Yeah.
When the people in Ethiopia celebrate or the carnation or anything like that,
Yes.
you find them go around the fire and they throw the branches inside the fire. It's a similar thing, same thing. And it's a tradition where it's not just from now, it's from all, call it say, ancient Ethiopia. First civilization, before Kemet, them type of tradition we are dealing with right now. And you know the truth is, you see, easier, he came, you don't want no more than that, you know.
He came, he saw, and he conquered.
Yeah, I Roman type of talking that, but you know, Selassie,
But you talk about Selassie,
he came, you don't want no more than that, he came.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, here we are at the Nyabingi village, and it is such a wonderful experience. Just for the world to know how far they are yet from to be here today.
Well, 2 days we had from a yard of Africa, you know.
Yeah.
See, but you don't know. Jamaica we yard, same way. So I'm from the St. Catherine side, you know.
St. Catherine.
Aye.
And the sister is from also.
Same place. Blessed.
So ladies and gentlemen, as you see, we make this pilgrimage all the way from Vineyard Town in Kingston And there's a whole lot more to see and hear. The thoughts, the feelings, the happiness, the joy of such a great king and God, His Imperial Majesty.
Remember,
Empress
he's real, and it's not a joke thing. It's not about Christianity, because we are the first Christian people. Yeah, push people, black people, first Christianity, first Christian people. So it's not that we're born Christian or born the concept of Christ. We know the real concept of Christ from the line of David. Yeah. So, Solomonic order, Haile Selassi, bless you.
Then, as part of the light, my brother, we can light up this thing right now, you know.
Imperial Amlak Ice of the Susan Salam, Festival and Festival, Ice of the Animal Color. Marcus I, Holy Emmanuel I.
Smoke the weed for meditation.
Yeah.
Burn frankincense and myrrh for positive thoughts and vibration.
I like that.
Welcome good angels around you, good angels. And remember, you know, when we say good angels, you know, angels can appear right now in a man, a woman. It's just the thoughts. Same with the demon and the devil can appear. It's just the thoughts. So keep your thoughts clean so that heavenly thoughts can pass through the vibration. Blessed love.
Beautiful words to just draw a little conclusion to this part of the whole celebration of the life of such a great. It's a pleasure for me to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, don't touch it out. Stay tuned. Big Storm will be right back at the Nyabingi, Scott's Park Village. That's Brother Frank Marshall, and he just opened up my eyes to what we thought was a woman, because we put a gender to it. But I just realized today on His Imperial Majesty's earthstrong that a Jezebel is not just a woman, but a gender. And we're going to outline who is a Jezebel. 30 traits of the Jezebel spirit. Jezebel is a spirit, but it finds access through uncrucified flesh. Although the Jezebel spirit is described in the Bible as being a woman, it does not actually have a gender. There's no doubt that it functions just as proficiently through men. 1. Refuses to admit guilt or wrong. It's the first trait of the Jezebel. Refuses to admit that he or she is right or wrong. A Jezebel spirit is never wrong unless it is a temporary admittance of guilt to gain favor with someone. To accept responsibility would violate the core of insecurity and pride from which it operates. When a Jezebel apologizes, it is never in true repentance or acknowledgement of wrongdoing, but rather, I'm sorry, your feelings were hurt. Takes credit for everything. That is so true. A Jezebel takes credit for everything. He or she thinks he can do everything. While a strong trait of Jezebel is never to take responsibility for his wrong actions or behavior, he also is quick to take credit for benefits for which he contributed no effort. He has put in no work, yet still he wants to be contributed. Uses people to accomplish its agenda. Black people have to rise up on this, you know. If we don't rise up, we are doomed to fail, you know. Saying? The Jezebel spirit lets others do his dirty work. The Jezebel gets another person's emotions stirred up, then let that person go in rage. The Jezebel sit back looking innocent, saying, "Ooh, me? What did I do?" This behavior makes it difficult for even the most ardent truth seekers to pin one down. The Jezebel spirit is clever in its agenda. Number 4, withhold information. This is a form of control. A Jezebel wields power over you by knowing something you don't know in a situation. In the eyes of a Jezebel, having information you don't have is a powerful weapon of control. Number 5, talks in confusion. It is impossible to converse with a Jezebel in logic. One pastor wrote a 6-page letter to his elders about a situation in the church. The context was so vague that no one was without confusion. This is a way to maintain control and domination. When confronting a Jezebel, the subject may be changed 5 times in 1 minute. Confusions keep them undiscovered and unexposed. 6. Volunteers for anything. A Jezebel volunteer in order to establish control. He seemingly has endless nervous energy and eagerly looks for opportunity to be in charge of projects. Although he will work hard, his motive is never pure, and eventually his secret agenda cannot be hidden. Wow. 7. Lies. A Jezebel lies convincingly. No one can lie better than he can. He can turn on the charm and make you believe blue is red. He always fools those whom he's just met, while those who have been victimized by his tactics stand by helplessly. The fact that Jezebel can look you in the eye and lie just shows you how strong and adamant this rebellious and recalcitrant spirit is. 8. Ignores people. A classic ploy of a controller is to ignore you when you disagree with him. This tactic is frequently used by leaders when someone doesn't agree with their plans, and they isolate the person by ignoring him. Some in these situations have been ignored for months just because they chose not to be a puppet and to say every idea or whim. This put the person out of the leader's grace and forces him to either come around to the leader's way of thinking or be indefinitely ignored. One is not free to disagree with a controller. Never gives credit or shows gratitude. That's a Jezebel, that, you know. Man or woman, you know. A Jezebel will really acknowledge another person's action, not even for something that turned out to be greatly benefited to the Jezebel. He just cannot bring himself to say thank you or to acknowledge that someone else did something right. There are those who have gone out of their ways to bless a Jezebel by being the catalyst of sending him on a trip or giving a gift, yet never will there be a thank you. This again puts the controller in a position of power. I'm going to finish off at 10, but remember it goes up to 30. Criticizes everyone. That's what a Jezebel does. He criticizes, he or she finds criticism on everyone. This is a characteristic of a controller. He has to be the one who looks good. Yeah, but he must look good enough. So he quickly, sharply criticizes anyone who makes a suggestion or plan. Even though he likes the plan, he can only criticize it because the idea did not originate from him. True. Criticizing others elevates the controller in his own mind. His Imperial Majesty spoke that we must. It cannot be done no other way. We have to organize and centralize. How can we organize and centralize if we are not united? It doesn't matter what position you're given in the war, in the struggle. If you're a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper. Yeah. That can never be. If your job is to pack stones so that the mobile and the armored cars can move, pack some stones. If your job is to aisle up the rifles and get the bullets counted, aisle up the rifles and count the bullets, because you're going to be the best aisle up rifle and count the bullets person that ever lived, because you are a part of the revolution. The revolution is not a one-man thing. The revolution cannot be won by one person. The revolution can only be won by a combined effort of all of us. It hurts my heart to see every man that wears a locks on his head and claim Rastafari to be God Almighty, yet still in his heart he hates his own brothers. Yeah. He hates and disrespects his own brothers. When he should love his brother, when he should honor his brother for his own selfish gain, all he does is disrespect for his own ego. I would never ever disrespect my brother to make another person feel better. Who are you? Every man is important. Every man of a purpose. You cannot determine or identify another man's purpose. Only the Almighty can do that. When your job is given to you by the Almighty, carry out your work. Don't try to be a Jezebel and try to be everywhere at every time, because you cannot. There's only one person that can be everywhere at every time, and that is His Imperial Majesty, who ruleth over all things. And if you're not organized and centralized, you have disrespected His Imperial Majesty, because He said that time and time and time again. Thank you very much, man. I'm going back to Kingston. It is a pleasure talking to you, man.
Yes,
and I hope that we can find some solution to this. It's not about me looking good or you looking bad. It's about the war has to be won.
Yes.
My ancestors have died. I have children that is walking around with a name that is not theirs. They're walking around. That's the wickedest thing they've ever done to us. Is a fix a name that does not show who you are. You're walking around with His name, His wickedness, His deed.
Under that spirit.
Under the Jezebel spirit.
Of course. Yes. Under the Jezebel.
Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I get a little emotional, but just that's the way I am.
You have to be.
When tears come, it means that I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm not sad. I'm happy because guess what? Not everyone is a Jezebel. You're all great people here. I've come across great people. Every time I try to bring it, I've seen great people.
See, you become that spirit when you give your love to that spirit.
Exactly.
Because you have overstanding and you don't want it. You're searching for what you don't have. That's why I have to say to most people today that I am the one they love to hate. Just because what I'm doing and what I'm saying, it is far different from what they have in their mind. So I have to say again, they love to hate. I
want to read the last two one of the spirit. This is the elder.
No, not me right.
Okay.
I take a search for it.
This is important, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, my brother. Yeah. All right, let's read the last four of the Jezebel. It says, number 26 is ambitious. The Jezebel has strong desire, but all for self. I want what I want when I want it. Describe the worship of self-will. A Jezebel leader will never use the word be of a vision, but rather my vision is thus and so. Number 27, gift giving. Gift giving is a form of manipulation a Jezebel uses that always make you feel obligated to him or she. It also compromises the victim in speaking directly and confrontative truth. Naturally, not everyone who gives gifts is guilty of control, but gift giving is a tactic used by those who have a need to control. Number 28 is independent. No one has input in a Jezebel's life. He fraternizes with no one unless it is to get you to cooperate with his gender. Number 29, religious. A Jezebel dwells in the local churches. Me know say this with a fight. Me know say with a fight the Jezebel in a church, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, we know with a fight the Jezebel in a church, man. I tell them book.
Right here.
I don't place of worship.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Rastafari. Listen this. Yeah, no. A Jezebel dwells in the local church, but doesn't like authority unless he's in the position of authority. And the last one, eyes. We all want to believe that the person with a Jezebel spirit is delivered. The person may seem normal for a period, exhibiting none of the classic traits. Then suddenly, without warning, a situation will arise. Once again, with the spirit taking control and wreaking havoc over lives. Hopefully, true repentance will come. Only then will this Jezebel be delivered. You have to seek Rastafari, true to Rastafari. You can't call upon the name of Rastafari and hate your Rastafarian brother. You can't call upon the name of Rastafari and you have love. Even if your brother violates, love him same way, man. Him is not on the level that you are on. Don't go down there. bring him up to your level, solidify him, strengthen him. A chain is as strong as its weakest link. It's a French term, it means esprit de corps. Esprit de corps is the animated spirit of good comradeship which would exist in any group or organization. A chain is as strong as its weakest link, which means the most expensive part in the train, they say, is the hook or the clasp. But guess what? The most expensive part on the chain is the chain itself, because every link is important. You might have the strongest hook and lose the chain if there's a weak link. You know what I mean? So, Brother Frank Marshall, it is indeed an honor. Can I buy you a cooling? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are again at the Nyabingi village. This is Scott's Path. Today is July 23rd. And ladies and gentlemen, as I was driving to Scott's Path about 5:30 this morning, I was listening to the Honorable Jezebel, who sing the greatest song that says, "We'll never see the image of a ballad, Jesus, yes." And the man is himself. Jezebel, how are you today? Today is 125 years. What are your thoughts today in this glorious moment?
Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassi.
As it started out,
I give thanks and praises unto the Most God, Rastafari, and to the turnout of my brethren. That
Honorable Jezebel
unity
has been one of the forerunners, ladies and gentlemen, the stalwart that keep the foundation of Rastafari going. He went to prison for just a split, even though it wasn't on the record. His case was thrown out, and they still send him to prison for over a year. Almost a year you spent it, Debbie. So ladies and gentlemen, he has suffered for this. So it's an honor to be here in the presence of the Honorable Jah Bonivela. Thank you very much. We'll talk again throughout the course of the day.
like the precious diamond upon the head that's run on to the air, even the skirts of fear and longing. Yes, Rastafari, I still at the ice breeze because we see the sun is shining, and I know that the eye know what the eye children is doing. Rastafari, let it be a blessing unto I and not a curse. And let the whole universe know that the eye be almighty forever and ever without more quality. Yeah!
So, while getting life, cutting off the cake, we just want to do a special presentation this month. We want to, other people, recognize when we see good work being done, we must honor good work. We must pay respect to good work. And I think it's fitting this morning that we honor one of our sisters that is doing phenomenally in terms of advancing African awareness. Hello, Sister Irie. Nayoka from Paul. Nayoka, please take that photo back for me. Just unveil one thing like that. Because just before we put the cake, we're just going to give honors. We want to open up. Please open up the circle so that all ones can see. And I see someone with a very fast eye that will catch things as they flew by. But this morning, we want to say thanks to Sister Kaboom. Uniting the order of Rastafari, royally recognized Kaboom Mahat Keru for their invaluable contribution in the promulgation of African consciousness by way of running African program on Irie FM in the 1st centenary of the Tafari Makamani, 23rd of July. Words. Please find some words from the tabernacle. We want he's a very good friend. He knows that if I had known, I probably would not have come. Exactly. But thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for recognizing the work of the Anna Forum through the town here. I'm here to do my cross. I don't know how to do otherwise. I am African and chose to be here. I've always said that the fundamental question of the 21st century is to be or not to be African, and to recognize you that which you are. And then, it's brilliant. But I'm just doing what I am. There's nothing else that I can do for what I am. So thank you so much for recognizing that. And I say to everyone here, recognizing purpose, that will be my message to you and the parents of these little ones. They know their purpose from early. They know who they are. Guide them as long as life. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for these selves. Guide them along the path of purpose. Can you put your hands together? We are going to ask our prince and our princess to learn because you know people. Can everyone open the circle? Open the circle. Open the circle.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Haile. Happy birthday, Haile. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Again from the top. Happy birthday, Haile. Happy birthday, Haile. Happy birthday to you. Happy in the province of our son was born from baby night. They shall and he was crowned the King of Kings. And he was crowned the Lord of Lords. See the conquering Lion of Judah, 125 is come. See the conquering Lion of Judah, 125. It was in 1892 when the prophet in the province of a son was born from David, King was crowned the King of Kings. And he was crowned the Lord of Lords. The conquering Lion of Judah, 'Cause the conquering Lion of Judah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Scott's Pass, the Nyabingi village, and of course we're celebrating the earthstrong of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassi I. Today, ladies and gentlemen, July 23rd, 2017, is a glorious day because any mark of 125 is magnificent, it's huge. We have Rastafarians from all over the world coming to this holy ground today to pay homage to God Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Empress Yanzi. What are your thoughts today on such a glorious occasion?
Celebrate the 125th and to know that I'm here from 40 years.
40 years.
I give thanks to you. But the only thing I don't satisfy is you. This and is my.
Okay.
And I'm going to paint that picture like everything alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Empress Yanzi has been in the faith for 50 years. That takes discipline, that takes dedication, that takes loyalty, and of course that takes love. But what she wants to see, and she expresses this from the core of her heart, what she wants to see is all mansions of Rastafari coming together, serving one God Almighty, because we all do. But come together, show that unified force, because remember, His Imperial Majesty says, we must organize and centralize. And if we organize and centralize, guess what? The world is ours. And of course, Junior Negus, what are your thoughts today on such a glorious day?
Yeah, well, we give thanks for the occasion, you know, on the 125 earthstrong of the Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie. But with the joy, it brings other side also, which is the fact to know that the father of Africa, we see a lot of discrimination and a lot of, you know, sabotage the fullness of who Emperor Haile Selassie is, who is the light of this world. And we see basically you'd call it a Pan-African conspiracy against the father of black liberation, which is Emperor Haile Selassie, the founder of the OAU, the father for African unity, and yet ones don't want to recognize him. The AU don't recognize him as the father. They would have, you know, so we hope that soon, you know, this earthstrong significance of it will shine throughout creation and overturn all barriers that try to suppress the light of creation, the holy high Trinity, power of the Trinity, Haile Selassie I first.
As you hear it, Junior Negus, ladies and gentlemen, expressing the significance of the work that His Imperial Majesty has done for us, the guideline, the black print that he has left for us to follow. Most of us follow that black print, ladies and gentlemen, but there are others that just staying back in the shadows. Come forth and represent the King. Come forth and represent God Almighty. He's the only God that we know. We don't expect a blue-eyed, blonde-haired guy from out of the sky to come telling us what to do. His Imperial Majesty had laid down everything for us to do. All we have to do is follow suit. Here we go now. How are you today, my brother?
Great.
Can I ask a question? How far did you yacht from to come to this holy ground today?
It's about 60 miles.
60 miles away from here.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't miss today for the world?
Never would I.
What is today to you, 125 years?
Well, it's a great significance in my life and most black Africans in the black diaspora.
Yeah.
We give thanks also to knowing that we are here, each and every one as races,
yes,
commemorating this great birth of the one and only King that was given unto us as black people. We also give thanks for the redemption of African people throughout the whole universe,
And we always giving thanks because it's a great thing to know that we can give thanks to His Imperial Majesty the First, most of all. So one love, one heart, one aim, one destiny for us all. Black liberation now.
Repatriation is a must.
Yes.
How are you, my brother? State your name as you speak.
This is Rush Rainbow.
Yes.
Now we are here at Scotch Park, Being Center, but first we have to say, Hail the King, Haile Selassi the First, King of Kings and Lords of all the Lords, Conqueror, Lion of the tribe of Judah, the man who elect himself. I, man Rush Rainbow, know this day one of the most greatest day from creation to creation, because this day is the only day Haile Selassie has ever made. One day. Today is the best day in creation. We have to love today. We have to do what we're doing. We have to make sure we help the elders, we help the sick, we help the naked, and we help the weak. And remember, our children, we must save our, protect and save our children, that our children must be saved. Because without our children, there's no future. So today, 125th anniversary of Haile Selassie ever live, continue living, creation, God and King. Rush Rainbow say, we just say heal up, because unity is strength, and without that we don't have nothing. And we have on our way. We must, from tonight, after today, we must step up together to do the right thing, to let the work of His Imperial Majesty flow. Yes.
Thank you very much. My brother, state your name, and how do you feel about the gathering?
Well, I'm Rasa Atola, the caretaker for this compound, for this Being Center.
Yes.
And for this gathering, this 125th gathering, it brings joy and happiness to I and I, the Rastaman soul. You see, we have a gathering like this, 125th. Seeing our family coming together on an occasion like this today, I and I feel wonderful. Because like the special excitement running down and I. But one thing I need now as a brethren and a family is to carry out the liberty of His Majesty amongst the love of our people. We need drifting a little, but we need to come on the street. And sometimes we rock this way. With a full time for this occasion, we can walk straight in the name of Emperor Haile Selassi. Because we see enough of our people from all walks of life. And this compound of the Being Center Scott Pass today. The 23rd. So I give thanks to brethren and give thanks to the opportunity from the island.
Thank you very much. Well said, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, I was just handed the itinerary from Kremlin. It says Rastafari now being the ancient Emancipation Foundation, July 31st to August 1st, 2017. Repatriation, reparation, human rights, ganja, intellectual property rights. And it says also July 31st, 2017, the venue is going to be Trenchtown Multipurpose Center, starting at 2 p.m. And of course, August 1st is Emancipation Day. There's a whole lots of stuff that's going to be happening, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a march, a freedom march. There's going to be a redemption march. And there's going to be a repatriation march. All joined in one. And of course, it starts at 6 o'clock in the morning. We're looking forward to see everyone out there. But as this elder just said, as the caretaker for this great Nyabingi Center, it is an honor for me to drive all the way from Kingston, to come down here, to gather with the elders, the founding elders, the elders that have sacrificed, some with their blood, some with their lives, to make Rastafari what it is today. A foundation that is worldwide, that is internationally known, that is bigger than Bob Marley, because a lot of people sometimes just want it to stop at Bob Marley as the ultimate Rastafarian. No, the founding fathers that taught Bob Marley is the ancient Rastafarian, and we should honor them, and that's why we're here today, ladies and gentlemen. So from time to time we're going to be moving on through, speaking to different individuals about their personal feeling as how they feel today, 125th year of His Imperial Majesty's Earthstrong. So stay tuned, don't touch your dial. We're going to be right back. Thank you. Here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm telling you this. For those who always have burn a fire on ganja, ganja is my sacrament. So anytime Big Stone uses this herb, because I don't smoke weed, I don't smoke grabber, I don't mix up this. This is natural herb that permeates the brain for the brain to function in an order of respect. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the Nyabingi village in Scotts Park, and I'm here with friends upon friends upon friends, expressing their love, their loyalty to the King, to God Almighty, His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassi I. How do you feel, my brother? What are your thoughts?
I'm feeling wonderful. I want to say, hail to His Imperial High Majesty and His 125th Earth Strong. And I want to give thanks to all the brethren and sisters that make this a reality. To respect, honor, glorify our true King, our divine majesty, that give us this energy to keep this up, running and being action. This is so wonderful. It is so great. We all can see it in this aspect. True reality of restoring the Solomonic dynasty within the full-fledged line of His Imperialized Majesty, and keep His work up and keep His doing going and living up within a cultural activity and making our views, ideas be surrounded around the Solomonic family of Ethiopia. I want to take this moment to hail up the Solomonic family, all the prince and princess, and ask them to have courage and faith in the Nyabingi movements and the Rastafari fraternity, for we are coming on strong to see to it that His Majesty works is being established in Ethiopia, establishing the throne amongst the human family, and to keep our good works up. So I say to you, one love, brother, and keep the good work up, Big Stone, and I hope you will always be around with us.
Thank you.
To see this great work up and running. Blessed love.
Ladies and gentlemen, I had the opportunity to stand with the second son of Marcus Mosiah Garvey in 2012 when we celebrated the 125th Earthstrong of the Prophet. It was Marcus Garvey, ladies and gentlemen, that prophesied the Imperial Majesty forwarding on this earth. So ladies and gentlemen, of course, we have, that was present on that day of August 17, 2012, when Dr. Julius Garvey was with us. What are your thoughts now that you're here, Marine Gutsmore? It's the 125th anniversary of His Imperial Majesty. What goes through your mind after experiencing the 125th of the Honorable Marcus Garvey?
This is wonderful. This is historical. You know, to be here witnessing such an event. I'm young in this thing. I'm learning. I'm here to learn, look and see, and I'm feeling great. You know, and it is a pleasure to be here.
As you know, right, it was Dr. Julius Garvey who spoke and told us that his father had always wanted to see the mansions of Rastafari come together in one fold, respecting and praising one God. So if Marcus Garvey wants that, what are your thoughts on the faith of Rastafarians scattered all over the world, coming together under one umbrella?
I can only second that. We must come together, because only togetherness is strength. You know? There should never be a segregation. We are one people, and together we must come.
I noticed that this sister standing right there. You want to say something, my sister? Come right here. Come stand up right between us. How long have you been following the faith of Rastafari?
Well, let's say 20 years or more, you know, but I would say from the day I was born. I was a Rasta, I was born a Rasta.
I know you must have been through a whole lot of tribulation. What are your thoughts today, and what is your name?
Well, my name is Queen B, otherwise Beverly Hall.
Queen B, otherwise Beverly Hall.
Yeah. Well, as I heard you talking about Marcus Garvey,
yes,
my thoughts go way back because I'm a part of the Marcus Garvey People Political Party.
Okay, great.
So I know that this is time now. The door is open. Rastafari take this message of Rastafari, civilization or whatever you want to call it. Whether some people want to religionize it and some people want to make it a way of life. For me, it's a way of life, and take it right around the world and take it back to Jamaica. So we're saying if we can do that, we are powerful people. We can do more. So this is time to not only take Rastafari, but to take Marcus Garvey, our brother Marcus, who points us to the way out beside us, and let us move on. Marcus Garvey speak about the winds within the winds, the whirlwinds. It's time for us now to start this chant and stirring that wind. We need to start stirring that wind, because it's the time now for the wind within the wind to start blowing.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, she almost brought tears to my eyes, because I know she speaks from her heart. I know she speaks passionately, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Marcus Garvey, His Imperial Majesty, God Almighty, means a lot to us. And that is why we're here today with Queen Bee at Scots Pass at the Nyabingi site, making and paying our respect. Anything else you want to say, Queen Bee? Because that was great. Who you want to shout out to?
Oh, I want to shout out to my mom and my sister, Ida.
Yeah.
My mother, Pearl Blake.
Okay.
And all my Rasta friends and family in Lodersville, Yorktown, Kingston, and in the Millennium Council. I'm a part of the Millennium Council.
And you know, ladies and gentlemen, she said her mother's Pearl Blake. My mom was Pearl also. Pearline Sinclair. She's now deceased. She died in 1989. And but she lives right here in my heart. So it was a pleasure.
You never get rid of your ancestors, or you're part of your ancestors.
A continuation of the ancestors.
Yes.
So ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for us to have this conversation. There's a whole lot more conversation coming. Stay tuned. Don't touch it all. Firestone Production. Here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, with the ancient of ancients, the high priest himself, and of course with the empress. And we're here doing one thing, praising one God, celebrating one earthstrong, and that is His Imperial Majesty's 125th earthstrong. Ancient of ancients, what are your thoughts today? I've seen you on many occasions, and I've spoken to you on many times, and I've never seen such a brighter smile on your face with the sun shining. What's going through your mind today, 125 years later?
It's just a blessing.
Yes.
From His Imperial Majesty. That flows through and I. That gives I that radiance.
Yes.
Through the power of the Most High. That it gives I a happy feeling at this present moment. To know that His Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassi, a defender of the faith. And I have to stand up to defend him all the way.
Yes. But do you want to state how long you've been defending the faith of His Imperial Majesty, so the world can hear how long your loyalty lies?
From I was 15 years of age. Just leave school.
And how old are you now?
I'm 76 years of age.
Wow, so we subtract that from that, makes it, give me the math.
60.
Okay. A little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, for 60 years, 1957, that's when you started, right? You started, I don't forget, because I was born on that day, ladies and gentlemen. I was born July 3rd, 1957, which means this elder has been celebrating the faith of His Imperial Majesty for as long as I have lived. So today is a very blessed day for me to meet up again with the elder on this day, 125 years later. And of course, we're here with the Empress. Could you state your name, please?
Spiritually, my name is Jacques Aimiga Nyabingi Nani the First, aka Moor Fire.
More fire.
More fire. And why more fire? Nesta Bob said, we got the fire burning in our soul, our heart, our mind, our cleanness, our integrity, our loyalty to decency, honesty, love, and everything that is good that the Emperor and the Empress represent. Thank you. Blessed love. And I want to say, this occasion is for the homeless, our jobless, our landless, our disabled citizens all over the universe who are suffering now, that need our immediate emergency SOS, SOL help right now. And I bless you. Irie Ephraim, thank you. Priest, Sizzler Calandri, thank you for helping with the H.I.M feeding program and other program. And we give thanks. And we have the housing program that we want to take up 25 homeless men off the road, 25 homeless women until it can be broadened. Children make home for them. Everyone can have them key put into them little door and go in and be happy and get doctor and get nurse and get all the care they can get at this feet now. Blessed Rastafari. Happy earthstrong Emperor Haile Selassi. Pray you live forever. And we thank you for your philosophy, your concept, your way of life, and it really bless our soul. And we teaching the little one and the teenagers to be good people. Because that's the only way we're going to survive as a people worldwide. Bless you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, she spoke so passionately. Every word that comes out of her mouth make my heart ache just a little bit because I know what she's talking about. How can we be in a land that we was forced to, and we have no space for ourselves? They continue to abuse us day in and day out. We need land, and that's what she's saying. And also, for the founding fathers of Rastafari who have struggled, we need all the other young Rastafarians to come together and lend their support and give their support and fuel their support. And that is why she bigged up Sizzler Calandri. Sizzler Calandri has done great work, have done his part in making sure that the lives of some of the founding fathers is a lot more easier. So in parting, ladies and gentlemen, we join in celebrating the earthstrong, and we say Happy Earth Day,
earthstrong
Imperial Majesty.
Happy
And may your soul and your blessing perpetually shines on all of us.
I would like to say, because he is a happy emperor, because he is a...
At the Nyabingi village, today is Sunday, July 23rd. The earthstrong of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassi I. Here we are with my matriarch, and I'll say that itinerally, Sister Maxine. Welcome. How are you today? I see you have this big smile on your face for the King's earthstrong. What are your thoughts today?
Well, it's a great day and a great moment. It's a great time to gather together because so many things need to be centralized and organized. And the community always organizes around events. So we're hoping that this event and the auspiciousness of it will bring, clarity and blessings and positive movements for the community.
I've been speaking to one-on-one, the elders and some of the young ones, and everybody's saying that we should use today, the 23rd, as the starting point of that unification that is Imperial Majesty. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, well, we should use the moment to gather and to do what is needed now, because we are at a special, I'd like to say crossroads for the community, Jamaica and African people at large. So, the energy is moving that way because we are under a lot of pressure as a people, as a community and as a country. So it's a good energy, especially after we the people movement with Marcus Messiah Garvey. And our economic platform is, we are at a crossroads in how to gather our economics. Because without the economics, we won't have any unity. So
it's a good look.
It's a good look.
I just want to ask you also, today, July 23rd, how far are we in achieving repatriation? Is it closer than we think now? Or is it still a fleeting illusion?
I think it's closer than it's close because we have a lot of other communities now that are addressing the matter. As you know, in the last 50 years of independence, Africa has lost millions of ones going to the metropolitan countries that should have been developed in Africa. So our brains, our children are now not under chattel slavery, but they're under economic slavery. So even as we educate them, they're not investing forward into our homeland. Right? So we have an additional challenge that Africa recognizes, and that is now married to our long-standing repatriation. They're actually looking for the repatriation of the brains of the country back in. So I think everything is coming together now, to re-energize why the call for repatriation. And we're also looking forward to the Emancipation Day, August 1st, March, to renew that energy.
I have here Sister Maxine in my hand, one of the flyers that says Rastafari now being the ancient emancipation young nation, starting July 31st to August 1st. And it falls under the umbrella of repatriation, reparations, human rights, ganja, intellectual property rights, and the venue is Trenchtown Multipurpose Center from the 31st, right? And we start at 2 p.m. until, and then we go right into August 1st. And then we have the 50th anniversary of the EABIC Emancipation Day, March for Freedom, Redemption, and Repatriation. Take us through that day. What can we expect?
Well, Emancipation Day, before Jamaica was granted independence, the people celebrated Emancipation Day. And independence would have tried to remove Emancipation Day to say that you are now emancipated because you're independent. Well, the Congress certainly has been the most forthright organization to remind us that we are not we're not independent and we're not emancipated. So from that time, from 1958 gathering, they have been at the forefront of the Emancipation Day March, and it was not until the 1990s, I think 1997 or so, that PJ Patterson put it back on the calendar. Right, so we are actually celebrating the 50 plus. We're not quite sure, but we know it's over 50 years of the Bobo Shanti leading this charge for reparations and repatriation, and linking that to the CARICOM reparations vote, where repatriation is after the apology, we are acknowledged within repatriation, and the Jamaica political vote on reparation that also acknowledges for repatriation. So what we realize now is that we need to now set up our basket, our trust fund, to receive.
A lot of, Sister Martin, when you use the word trust fund, a lot of people, especially some Rastafarian, are afraid of that word, trust fund. Why?
Well, they might be afraid because of the history, but the future requires it. So I'm not clear about, I understand the mistrust, but I know the reality that there's no forward movement without it. So we're going to have to re-edify ourselves and really understand that without us having a vehicle, we will only become a chant and a fertilizer for others.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, Sister Maxine Stowe, giving it as usual, straight to the point. And we look forward again, Sister Maxine, to meeting with you one person the rest of the day, and as the day progresses. It's a beautiful day in Clarendon. Imparting, you want to say anything else?
Yes, well, we're just looking forward for more activism and more struggle, because you're not going to get it, you're not going to get your rights by being relaxed. You have to fight, and then when you fight, you can settle, but you can't settle before you fight. So we have to just keep up the fight.
You hear that? Ladies and gentlemen, could not have concluded any better. Sister Maxine Stowe said we have to fight. You cannot settle unless we fight. Those are powerful words coming from my matriarch, Sister Maxine Stowe. There's more to see, ladies. By the way, you want to ask Sister Maxine any question? Marines, you flew down all the way from Germany for this day. Is there any question, woman to woman, you want to ask the matriarch and the magnificent work that she's doing? As a woman, she's saying that, you know, the fight fight amongst women, fight amongst men, because most men want to deny that matriarch position, even though it's Imperial Majesty made sure that Empress Benin was right beside him.
But as a woman, I have not really experienced that. I know other women have, but me personally, I have not experienced any blockage because of my position as a woman. Whether it's my strength of character or intellect, I don't know. But I'm aware that it exists. But I can tell you, me personally, I haven't felt it nowhere in my life. You know, because His Imperial Majesty places me wherever I am, and I do my work and I fight.
That's it.
That's a strong woman.
And ladies and gentlemen, she fights for all the people. That's why I love Sister Maxine like this. She fights for every single one. Come here, lady. At the bottom it says, in the 21st century, David shall still slew Goliath.
Alright, listen up.
And I'm here with a martyr in his own rights, ladies and gentlemen, as in love. I've met this brother many years ago in Greenwich Farm. I went to his restaurant to have lunch, and I stayed the entire day, and I watched the miracle on stage. Ozzy, it's always a joy to be in the presence of God, you know? What are your thoughts today, though, for the world to hear about His Imperial Majesty Earthstrong? How does this make you feel as a Rastafarian?
It's always great, you know, to know Haile Selassie I manifest these works and liberty, so we can come forward in this time and can forward a tradition, an ancient, authentic African tradition, you know, other than them Eurocentric ways of liberty. And that's the great part about Islam being a tradition. Rastafari. Yes.
I have to ask you this because a lot of the brothers and sisters that congregate here today are saying the same thing. Today is 125 years. Aren't we now going to unify for His Imperial Majesty? Because we all serve and worship one God, His Imperial Majesty. So why cannot we choose today, the day of His 125th Earthstrong, to unify all Rastafarians? What are your thoughts about that?
Well, this is how I see it. There's always one unifying force through which we all, you know what I mean, trot forward, because in a Rastafari, all views contend. Even though my brethren may sound like them a sound, say a different thing, it's still the same song, because the voice of truth and right have one song.
One song.
There's many righteousness in the earth, you know, but there's only one right. Haile Selassie is the vehicle through which that right trot through. That's why I say, Haile Selassie, Rastafari. See me? Many ranks but one right.
Many ranks but one right is His Imperial Majesty. And that's why we give thanks for brethren like Azilov, a man who have seen it all, who have nurtured a lot of talent, because he's into exposing the young ones. And I'm very happy today, ladies and gentlemen, I can see children coming out in their hundreds, their parents making sure that they honor the true pathway, that one light of His Imperial Majesty. In parting, what do you want to say, Ras?
Selassie, rule and reign in the heart of all flesh, in the possible one then. Rastafari.
Yes. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Azilov, a master MC, he's also a master chef, an entrepreneur, a businessman, a musician, he's everything. It was an honor talking with him. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a whole lot more on this trek of His Imperial Majesty, 125 Earthstrong. Taste you, don't touch it down. We'll be right forward. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Scott's Pass. Today is Sunday, July 23rd. Today is the Earthstrong of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassi I. today marks 125 years. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is historical because my friend Irie, and of course Fire Roots all the way from Montreal, saw it important, saw it special to fly all the way down to Jamaica and to meet with Irie and all the founding members of Rastafari to come and celebrate this glorious day. Irie, what are your thoughts going through your mind today? The 125 earthstrong of His Imperial Majesty.
Well, it's a glory and it's a pleasure to know that this great man shall show earth. That's the whole settings that's highlighted within this time that can manifest it and also the people that live thanks to it. And the greatest thing that we God works of liver and no IT one.
In writing your music, because ladies and gentlemen, Irie is an international recording artist. In writing your music, how instrumental was His Imperial Majesty in moving the message forward?
Well, everything where black people ever created and even doing on earth, His Majesty set it in. So it's a foundation where the man said that's high and high for righteousness, live on. So it's a great pleasure to know that this man create all these things, you know?
Beautiful. Fire Roots, welcome to Jamaica.
Yes, I greet you.
Is this your first time coming to the
Yeah, my first
rock?
time in Jamaica, yeah, but not my first time in a Bingi though.
Oh, but you've been to Bingi overseas?
Overseas.
But this is a real deal.
Real.
This is the foundation. What are your thoughts? I know you have yearned to come to Jamaica. What was your thought in anticipating your trip to Jamaica?
Well, I was looking forward for more, guidance and teaching.
Yeah.
We apply in a real life, but, in a foreign, true we have knowledge that we can learn in a book and stuff like that. But if we live it in a real life and experience it to the fullest, yeah, we have to come here in Jamaica to live it.
What are your thoughts now that you're here? I mean, you see people from all over. There are people from all over the world, right here. I heard last night was a very spiritual night when they had the fire and the awakening last night. It was extremely spiritual. What are your thoughts today now that you're here, 125 years later?
Well, to me, it's just the fulfillment of it all, because Haile Selassi is the rightful ruler, So it represents to me that he rules the whole four corners of the earth, So people that can come from Canada like me, or Africa, or straight from France or Germany or whatever, and gather here in his name and healing his name and praising his name, Naya Bingi two-step, 1, 2, one order, Rastafari,
It is indeed an honor, ladies and gentlemen, and of course we cannot leave the Empress out. What are your thoughts now that you're here, experiencing this spirituality of His Imperial Majesty's earthstrong?
I cried because it's really touched me, so I have to hold my tears because for me to come in like in a white country, we don't have that type of thing. And here in Jamaica, to be with my black people and everybody in the world, but mostly my black people, to be in a bingi and celebrate the Haile Selassie, it's really touching me and I appreciate that.
So actually then, she lives in Montreal too as well.
But she's Asian.
Oh, but you're from Haiti.
Yeah.
I must tell you, a lot of people is of the notion that Jamaicans is not loving the Asians as they should. But I personally have the ultimate respect for my brothers over there in Haiti. Haiti has inspired me because Haiti fought and did not beg for their independence. And Dr. Bookman, a Jamaican that went to Haiti, ran away from Jamaica as a slave, went to Haiti and prayed the famous prayer of deliverance, asking the Almighty to deliver us from our oppressors. So Toussaint, Dr. Bookman, those are two of my heroes as well. And I appeal to fellow Jamaicans, anytime you can help a nation brother or sister out, do that, because what the oppressors has done, they have used the divide and rule kind of thing. They pit one against the other, the weak against the strong, the dark against the light, the dunce against the educated. So once we are educated, we should know makes them, we can make them understand themselves. My brother over here, what's your name, my brother? Index. Welcome again, my brother. We were speaking about the unification now of all Rastaman, because today is important. And it is so important that we use this forum to unify, even if we have our differences. Because we're all doing, I think, the same thing at the same time. But we have one aim, we have one goal, we have one God. His Imperial Majesty. So it doesn't matter what your ignorance are, what your thoughts are, or how you feel about another individual. You should not demonstrate that at any time. So what are your thoughts here today, man? Today is the glorious day. Index.
Well, my thoughts here today is that we must come together and judge a man by the look, by his ear, by black side. As to do my sister, exactly. We have to just live Rastafari and not just speak of Rastafari.
Live it.
You're not just eat. We have a lot of smoking about now, we just smoke. Okay, live the chant. The topic for iron out. Live the chant.
Index, I've said it all, ladies and gentlemen. We wear locks, some of us, on our head. We're not even Rastas, because Rasta is a liberty, Rasta is a concept, Rasta is a movement, Rasta is a trading, Rasta is love. So you cannot come any other way than with those entities that we just named. If you come in anger, you can't be Rasta. Leave all anger to His Imperial Majesty, because He will cut and clear any form of disaster. We should come together because He gave those instructions when He came to Jamaica in 1966 on the 21st of April. This is the message that His Imperial Majesty left for us. He said we must organize and centralize. We cannot do it no other way than with unity. I don't care about leadership position as long as I'm part of the struggle, even if it means sweeping the yard so that the soldiers can rest, even if it means opening up the gate, even if it means chopping the wood fire. I am part of the revolution, and it cannot be won without I and I. So it is a one lane. So it is a blessing, my brother. And I don't want to shout out and you know,
Rastafari, the Almighty.
Or we can find you on Twitter and.
Just say we got IRMs, HIYAHREMS. You don't know what IRMs, you know, Facebook, Twitter, anything, Instagram. Check it out.
You can check out Julie, you know, Index featuring Julie. Julie is the topic of the song. Well, you can check it out on Facebook. Also YouTube.
Okay.
And
Fire Root. Same way, YouTube, Facebook, Fire Root, FYAHROOT. Check me out Instagram. I have a few videos on YouTube. Yeah, check out.
Empress?
You can go on Fire Root social media if you want to see picture of me.
Okay. Well said, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Today is a sacred day. Today is a blessed day. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning, driving all the way from Vineyard Town, hoping to see all my brethren and sistering. And guess what? I have seen just that. And I am very, very pleased. And I must leave you with this. In this 21st century, David shall still slew the lion.
I remember Isaiah had prophesied about him, Jeremiah had prophesied, David in the Psalm wrote about him, and all the prophecies concerning the return of Christ upon the throne of David, it was all laid down in scriptures. But I read from the book Catch a Fire, Timothy's white book, Catch a Fire, and I'm going to read excerpts, because today we are going to continue in an entire day of edification on the birth of His Majesty. We're going to have food and drink. This is the first cake. This is the morning cake. In the afternoon, there will be an evening cake or an afternoon cake, a bigger cake, to say, happy birthday, Haile. just a rehearsal, the kind of sing more, guy can become more harmonious when it's time to come. The first king. You ready? Are you ready? Before, let us take a journey into what was written. The child was believed to be a direct descendant of the biblical King Solomon of Jerusalem and Queen Makeda of Sheba, the southern lands of Ethiopia. Indeed, his bloodline had been traced back to Solomon's grandfather Jesse, the blackest Jew the world had ever known. Hail Hail For several years, Rasmakonen's chaplains and astrologers had been foretelling the infant's birth. Neptune and Pluto, they explained, had started slowly moving towards each other in the year 1399. Both planets traveled along the heliocentric line, taking 493 years to intersect. The moment would come in July 1892, sparking off radiations from other zodiacal signs that would mystically influence the constellation Leo, which corresponded to the big first night we journey from east to west, north and south, to be here at Egasabora, at the home of Governor Makonnen, to hear the first cries of this prophetic child. And we sat in a night vigil, just like I and I were doing. There were ancient priests playing the drums and they were chanting that Ethiopian Orthodox ancient Coptic traditional sound going through in American days with their prayer sticks and their drums for hours. And the armies were there too with their rifles. And there were people who said, we can see Duppy, because if it's a Duppy thing never come across Yeshima bed today, it can't work. Because this child must live. So you can imagine Governor Rasmakonnen, this is his 9th child. Now this man must be saying, Smaddy must be having something wrong with me. How wrong with my wife? Why every you my wife? Brethren, check it for yourself. You impregnate your wife this time. The first child died. You wait a little time, man, as a man of religious sacredness. You talk to the I am that I am. She get pregnant again because you said you have to conquer the evil, you know. And you get a second child. And when you listen out on the veranda, you know, you hear a cry of an infant. And you hear groaning from the midwife. You know that the second child gone. And a third child. To a fourth child. Rasmakonnen must feel like him unworthy. Any woman would feel like she unworthy. Your 4 kidney in a row just dead in child's birth. But Rasmakonnen never give up. Even when he go look for Mengele, he go look for the emperor, and the emperor will just hug him and say, my son, I feel your hurt, but thou art a righteous one, so hold fast. The 5th child come, and the 5th child cries as if, yes, life is here. But in a little while, there was silence in the room because what? The 5th child died. Now, can you imagine how Rasmakonnen feel? Can you imagine Lady Yeshima bed? The same feeling, she is even hurt more because she feels disappointed. She cannot be her king and her son. The 6th child, after another moment of recuperating and getting back on prayers, to the 6th child, and the 6th child also died. You're supposed to say, no, sit around. Sit around, man. No, if you're not a man will love your sister, you're going to say, daughter, can't bother with you. That I look like a UI problem, you know. Some of we give up, don't it?
Among some brethren who some hardcore reasoning. Greetings, my brother. How are you doing? What's your feeling on the overall celebrations of Boulevard?
You see my sunset. How are you feeling about the celebrations of Jesus' birth today? I feel great. But I want the nation to know that they have to move God from their mind. Lord, church, religion is the thing that I feel. The Bible says peace to everything. Know your age, know yourself. Know where you're from. Know where you're stand. Know where you're
me harder and everything, you see. The fire storm between you, the function is not sanctified and if you're there. She has become a symbol for other young brothers that can look forward to stay the course, no matter how rough it gets. Because from Pinnacle to Scotch Park, it's a distance, ladies and gentlemen, and it's everywhere. Anybody want to shout out to it? I know there is hundreds of people, thousands.
I want to big up all my fans, big up all my family, my mother, my father, my sister, my brother. And I like to big up in my big young father, my sister, my mother, say me.
Alright, thank you. Back to you, Cabo.
I like to big up all my
I just like to find out this is here to celebrate the 125th anniversary of the birth of His Imperial Majesty the Emperor Haile Selassie. That August 20, we pay tribute to Marcus Messiah God.
It is same one to the one, same brother. I mean, I show them still loving him. I say, brother fire stone.
Brother fire stone. That's the first time you ever read it from my camera. The world has never seen this before. Ladies and gentlemen, history, again, is created. Brother fire stone.
So you know I am a brother keeper. So I have to do my brother keeper work. I have to do my sister work. See, I am the international intimate of the world. So I have a big country on the internet on the world here. Japanese, Europe, Ireland, Africa, the world here one woman. The matters are hygiene. And it is money here, and the whole ride and it's from no eye, and no famous Panaman. You see, with the whole world, not the bubble, not the big, it's one. And I feel so good I minister to the king grandson just a couple years ago. I never ministered to the father, owner. You see, so I give thanks in the first round, you know what I minister to my brother them. So happy earthstrong to my father, again and again. And we say, we need farming, we need baker, we need things. That we can't tell you them say, we wrap up. And we are born with 24/7 on our job. So we need work. You see, we need things and we want to go home too. So we don't want to talk about report. And we don't report. We want to go home. So I run us enough for we, you know. Like everything that we have fight so. And that's each one. So what? Run us enough for when time we go home, our problem done. If you up there and wait for a week. We get someone talk about white man take over. White man can't take over. I take over from we say Rastafari. You see? So many more to come. And I tell all of the fire they go up on stage and show out the thing. Change up the fire change up the fire brother them. And change up the eye chain them. And change up the data them. And change up the bannerman them. And change up every one of them. And everyone is important. The instrument, the drummer, the BSA, everything. You see, so score, get on for the interview. And many more come on by.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Firestone just said you could never give up a continent for an island. It's impossible. See? And
His Imperial Majesty always said, in the 21st century, David shall stay.
St. Mary will come from the cemetery. That's the first one I got to the year. Farming, me dey farm.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking a break. I'm tired. And guess what? We have to give thanks for Empress Yanzi. Because guess what? She provided me a slice of His Imperial Majesty's Earth Day cake. Earth Day pudding. That was the pudding. And we're not a cake thing. We're not a cake thing. This is pudding. So I'm going to taste it, you know. And if it tastes good, I'm going to ball out, you know. Rastafari. Empress Yanzi. Me taste your hand. Finally. Yes, yes. I was by Pinnacle a few weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, our earthstrong. It was a blessed day. We had a wonderful time. The food was out of sight. As a matter of fact, I had to eat, I'm not telling about this, but I had to eat 2 times. The way the food was so good. Empress, come over here. I know my friend, she lives all the way in Canada. And she's here, she could never met. And watch her. I feel like a king today. Sitting between 2 empress. State your name, because my mouth is full.
Sister Soul.
And give your love to the world.
Yes, blessed love on this special celebration, beautiful celebration. The higher heights today, energy is up, everybody is up, everything is good. Nice to see Big Stone run into Big Stone here. Both doing positive work, so nice to unite. Huh?
Tell them though, because we use today, ladies and gentlemen, to highlight the unsung heroes. The heroes are the heroine that has been doing work that did not get an opportunity for the world to know. Tell us about your foundation, what you're doing with the children, and what are your plans for 2017, the rest of it.
So I run an organization out of Jamaica called Youth Media Lab Jamaica. And what we do is we use media arts, photography, video, and music to empower the youth. You know, the youth empower themselves, but we're supporting that process and helping them to stay in school or get back to school and to really build something for themselves and for their future. Because sometimes things can be rough and it's hard to kind of know that a better day can come. So we use the arts to help support them for a better future. And for 2017, we're currently running a program in Mountain View, and we're going to be partnering with the YWCA of Kingston, and also possibly running some programs in St. Mary. So I look forward to those works.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm down to Empress Yanzi's last piece of pudding. And this I have to finish this on the camera. I started on the camera, so I'm going to finish it on the camera. I want to say thank you very much. I've not eaten anything all morning. I drove all the way from Vineyard Town. And this is my first meal, so Empress Yanzi, pudding salad. It is, the chicken man says finger licking good. They're pudding there, slap. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, coming from the holy ground, coming from Scots Pass, coming from the Nyabingi village, celebrating His Imperial Majesty's 125th Earthstrong. And today, indeed, it's a glorious day. So I file paper here, and I now litter the place, I'm going to make sure we put it in the garbage. Big Stone will be right back. Thank you very much. I wipe my mouth. Empress Yanzi just give me a piece of pudding. I'm going to tell you, only Desai could have second that in here. Because Desai is a master chef. Desai, welcome once again. Today is the 125th Earthstrong of His Imperial Majesty. How you feel today? Can we see a gleam with joy, you know?
Yes, man. Be a joy, man. Be a joy. I see this one come forward in Irie. At least we have a date that we send forward as the birthday. Yes. Never have a death date.
No, we don't believe in that.
So, we always hail the God of the living. His Imperial Majesty Emperor. Ever living above the Big Stone born in the great.
What are your thoughts today now that we know the teaching of His Imperial Majesty? of organizing and centralizing, and we have not gotten there yet. What are your thoughts on that?
Alright, you know, I said from I tried to try. Somewhere I always wanted to sit down. So I tried all the different things to try and highlight the right people. Even though currently speaking, I'm searching for the good people. I just want just to say when African righteous people come together, the whole world will come together. Yeah, so that's our divine destiny. Said by the Most High himself, his Emperor Haile.
The gathering is such a spectacular gathering.
Beautiful.
How long you been here? Because I know you probably catch your fireworks last night.
Yes, I did before the fire opened.
How was it? Tell me the job because we wasn't here.
It was a wonderful joy. The sound like fire light, the massive sons and daughters of the Emperor come forward. Yeah? It was a great joy and it's still a joy and more joy. Several light and dingy fire. Blaze it, burn the wicked, you know, good over evil. Haile Selassi lives and reign over everything, and man, woman and child.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Design, master chef, entrepreneur, businessman. He's always here, lending his support, fighting the struggle, hand in hand. Because it's not over till it's over. It is not over until we win. His Imperial Majesty said, in the 21st century, David will still slow the lion. Don't touch it out.
I'm so happy.
glory, power, and majesty to the true and living eye.
Rastafari.
At the Bingo Center, where we came to celebrate the 125th earthstrong of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassi I. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a spiritual experience. It was an experience where we see all mansions of Rastafari coming out in their droves, coming out in their numbers to pay respect to one man, and that is the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. But ladies and gentlemen, as I speak from my heart, because I know the King, a Judah like myself, wants the unification of all Rastaman. Whatever your differences are, we should bury that, we should cast that to the side and step forward in this time, the year 2017, and honor the principle and honor the teaching and honor the guidance of His Imperial Majesty. He said we all should organize and centralize, and we have to get to that. There's no if and but, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot shortchange the king. You cannot shortchange God Almighty. If you say you're a true Rastafarian, then in your heart lies love, no animosity, no disrespect towards one person to another. We came here to honor one man, one king, one God, and that is His Imperial Majesty. Ladies and gentlemen, people came out in their numbers. It was a beautiful morning. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning. I drove all the way from Vineyard Town to Scotch Park to honor the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of Judah. Because guess what? He is God Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, and I do hope you enjoy.